I just have to share this story because I keep trying to come up with my own answers as to what was happening in this situation, and it has been consuming me. Just yesterday, I was walking at my local park, which I do fairly often, probably 3-4x a week. I've had situations happen here, but nothing to this extent. The park has two separate tracks. The track I was on goes around the soccer fields, and the curve around the track has a hill on one side that leads up to the soccer fields and the woods on the other side. I'm very aware of my surroundings when I'm walking on the back side, because if you are back there alone, nobody is able to see you if anything happens. I had just come from the parking lot and was walking down to the backside. I noticed a man about 500 feet in front of me that I didn't pay much attention to because it's a walking track. The only thing that caught my eye about him was that he was dressed in all black, black hoodie, black jeans, when the weather was sunny and 65 degrees. Anyways, I walked down the hill and went around the corner that brings you back up to the parking lot, and I quickly noticed that he was no longer in front of me. There was no way that he could have made it completely out of my sight by the time I went around the corner. I started looking to my left to see if he had gone up the hill toward the soccer field. Didn't see him. When I looked to my right, I noticed that he was standing behind a tree in a shallow part of the woods. At this point, he was probably about 10 feet from me. My stomach dropped. I turned around and started running. The first thing I thought to do was call my boyfriend, who was fairly close by working. I ran all the way back up the track, and the only person I saw was an older man who I quickly told what just happened, and he pretty much laughed at me. When I turned around to point where he was, the man was about 400 feet behind me, so I kept running. I ran back to my car, got in and locked the doors, and noticed a car leave the parking lot, circle around and park about 4 spots next to me. I could feel the man in the car just staring at me. Shortly after, my boyfriend arrived, and I was debating calling for help because I wasn't sure if I was being paranoid. There's a pavilion area in the middle of all of the baseball fields where I saw him standing for about 5 minutes until he started pacing back and forth on his phone on a nearby sidewalk. My boyfriend was standing at my car window, and I was telling him everything that had happened when the man started to walk towards my car. I panicked and told my boyfriend we need to leave now, but he said nothing was going to happen with him standing at my window. He walked by my car with his phone to his ear, almost as if he was recording me, because the second he turned onto the next sidewalk, he was off of the phone. Shortly after that, I left, and my boyfriend followed me home. I called the police and filed a report. There was lots of people at the park. It was 10:45 a.m., but unfortunately, nobody was walking around this track at the time this happened. There was no reason for him to be standing in the woods right there at all. I keep thinking about the what-ifs. What could have happened if I wasn't paying close enough attention and kept walking? I have no idea what the intention was, but it definitely did not feel right at all. This entire situation was a wake-up call for me to never feel weird for paying close attention to my surroundings, as you really never know what people are capable of. I would have never considered myself a target for anything this situation could have led to, but unfortunately, it can happen to anyone.